Miguel Cole here, and this is a new episode of NXT with MC and a little bit of CruiserWeight. Not because they're little, but because there's only a little bit of CruiserWeight to cover. Let's start the show, shall we? Okay, so NXT opens up with Hideo Itami, his big return. He's been out for over a year and a half now with a shoulder injury. Glad to see you're back. And he was fighting against Sean Maluta of the CruiserWeight Classic. He lost in the first round. So if you lose in the first round, you come on to NXT, okay? Sean Maluta is also the nephew of Alpha of the Wild Samoans. Yeah, he's the cousin of the Usos and Roman Reigns. Another one. I know. I say this to myself. Another one. He doesn't look that good. He lost in the first round. Come on. Hideo Itami, he destroys him. And then backstage we have the Revival with Andrea. And the Revival says, we beat everybody. And then they get interrupted by TM61, the new team from Australia. And they say they want a title shot. And the Revival says, get a ticket, get to the back of the line. And then they're interrupted by Gargano and Ciampa. And they say, hey, we beat the Revival. We want a title shot. And the Revival says, hey, wait a second. We just promised TM61. So they're going to get a match against us. And that was going to be the main event. Oh my goodness. Okay, so moving on, we have Chris Atkins. Who? Exactly. Who? Chris Atkins versus Mojo Rawley. What? Mojo Rawley just got dropped into SmackDown. And now he's fighting on NXT again? What's going on? Well, this match started and ended quickly because Samoa Joe came out and he put the beat down on both of them. Chris Atkins got destroyed and then Mojo Rawley, he got choked out. You know why? Because Samoa Joe's angry. He says, William Regal, you want to give me an opponent without talking to me first? Well, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to cause chaos without talking to you. That's fair. I think that's fair. Then we have Bayley backstage with Andrea. And Bayley says she's a new Bayley. And then she's going to fight Asuka and she's going to win. And Asuka says, you think you're ready? Come out and watch my match. So then we have Aaliyah. Who? Aaliyah? Who? Exactly, who? Aaliyah versus Asuka. And Asuka has a chair, and she puts it on the ramp, and she tells Bayley, come from commentary and sit in this chair on the ramp. And then Bayley takes the chair, and she throws it, and she's like, no, I'll stay in ringside. Wow. And Asuka, she destroys Aaliyah. And then Bayley comes in to break up the Asuka lock, and she's hovering over Aaliyah. It's like, oh my goodness, Aaliyah, you got choked out. And then Asuka, she holds the title over Bayley. Okay. Moving on, we have, oh, these were scary. Ember Moon. She's going to, I don't know if it's a she or he. That was a bad call by me. Maybe it's a guy, maybe it's a girl. All we saw was a shadowy figure in the woods. Oh, man. They're going to debut at NXT TakeOver. Ah! Oh, my goodness. I can't wait. And then we have Bobby Roode. He makes his debut. Bobby Roode. He's glorious. His new theme song is so glorious. The wait is over. Bobby Roode is NXT. That's what he says. And then he says, NXT needs Bobby Roode. All of you need Bobby Roode. He says, I am the superstar NXT was looking for. The crowd will be full of presidents and vice presidents of Fortune 500 companies. Not you losers with your signs and your oversized shirts and your stupid chants. What? Well, that right there, that was rude. And then we have the main event, TM61 versus the Revival. I think TM61 needs to hire Sasha Banks' husband because their gear is plain. Also, their name is TM61, but their trunks say T61. What's up with that? Well, this match was boring. The Revival wins, and then the Revival lists off all the teams they beat. And then Gargano and Ciampa, they interrupt. They say, you haven't beat us. And then the Revival attacks them, and Gargano and Ciampa, they put the beating to them, and they hold up their titles. Wow! Wow! What an ending to I was going to say SmackDown. I mean, what an ending to NXT! Wow! And you know what? Gargano and Ciampa, they were holding up the titles on NXT, and then the main event for the Cruiserweight Classic. Wow! A tag team fighting each other in a one-on-one? Wow! Stay tuned to see what happens after this commercial break.
Hey David, why are you driving so fast? I want to watch the new episode of Wrestling POV Podcast. You should slow down, we're gonna crash. There's a new segment of Underrated Overrated, I can't miss it.
Okay, and we're back. Let's talk about the Cruiserweight Classic. So it opens up with Rich Swann from USA. I love Rich Swann. He's also from NXT. Can you handle it? Can you handle it? Can you handle it? Can you handle it? He was facing off against the guy from My Name is Earl, Jason Lee. Miguel? Yes, Mr. Rick? That's not the same guy. What are you talking about? It's Jason Lee. Yes, this Jason Lee is from Hong Kong. My mistake. So Jason Lee from Hong Kong versus Rich Swann from USA. And Rich Swann, he wins with a standing 450 splash. Wow! It's like he has trampolines for legs or something. He was like, 1, 2, boom, for the win. Very impressive, Rich Swann. Very impressive. Our next match, we have Noam Dar from Scotland versus Gurv Sira from India. The Bollywood boys. Hit it, Mr. Rick. Ding a ding a ding 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 a ding a ding 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 a ding a ding 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 a ding. Okay, Mr. Rick, that's enough. This was the worst match of the Cruiserweight Classic so far. And the worst guy of the Cruiserweight Classic won via knee bar. Noam Dar wins. He's the youngest guy in the tournament. I guess that's why they made him win, to put the youth in the tournament. I was not impressed. What I was impressed with was the next match. Jack Gallagher from England versus Fabian Aichner from Italy. Jack Gallagher is my favorite to win it all. You only like him because he has a fancy mustache. I am a sucker for a fancy mustache. Anyway, Aichner is a giant muscle man who was rolling around. He even stood on his head. Oh my goodness. Gallagher has some fancy moves. He had a lot of fancy moves. Well, what do you expect from a guy with a fancy mustache? He looked really good. Aichner did a double springboard moonsault. Oh my goodness! How? He's a giant man. He shouldn't be doing those kind of things. And then Aichner hits a powerbomb from a bear hug fisherman suplex position. How? This is unbelievable. But you know what? At the end, the fancy man with the fancy mustache, Jack Gallagher, he wins with a drop kick in the corner. It was impressive. Oh my goodness. Daniel Bryan was going crazy for it. He ran from one corner to the other corner and hit him with a drop kick. It was impressive. Really impressive. Oh my goodness. So Jack Gallagher, the fancy man with the fancy mustache, he moves on. And then we have our main event. Oh my goodness. This was crazy. Gargano from USA versus Ciampa from USA. Tag team partners facing each other. They just beat down the Revival at NXT. Now in the main event, the last match of the first round of the Cruiserweight Classic. Oh my goodness. Ciampa hitting Gargano like he owes him money. He's hitting him like he said something about his mama. Like he transferred from a school on the bad side of town and was a loner, and they became friends, and then one day they were placed in a tournament against each other, and the only way to advance is to beat up your friend. That's how hard he was hitting him. Miguel, impressive. Thank you, Mr. Rick. Gargano hit a supermodel kick to a sit-down powerbomb to a suicide dive. Wow. And then Ciampa hits an Irish Curse backbreaker on the apron. Oh my God. And then Ciampa goes to hit a running knee, but has second thoughts. Because you know what? That's his frame. He's like, this is my tag team partner. I can't knock him out like that. And then Gargano says, sucker, I hit you with a super kick. Bam! And he hits it with a super kick. But then Ciampa comes out of it, and Ciampa hits a powerbomb into a lung blower. What is that? You gotta look it up. A powerbomb into a lung blower. It looks like it's crazy. It's crazy. And then Gargano, he wins via crucifix pin. What are you doing? This was a great match. How do you finish with the crucifix pin? Oh my goodness, I was so disappointed. This was such a great match with such a bad ending. But at the end of it all, Gargano wins, and Gargano goes to shake Ciampa's hand, and Ciampa leaves. I was like, no, please come back. And Ciampa comes back, and they give each other a hug. I was like, okay, that's beautiful. That's nice. So, that was the end of the Cruiserweight Classic. The first round is over. Alright, so that's the end of the show. Be sure to check out the Wrestling POV podcast on iTunes, YouTube, and Podbean for free. They have a new episode. Episode 28 is now up. Check it out. And that's the end of this show. NXT with MC and a little bit of Cruiserweight. Not because they're little, because there's only a little bit of Cruiserweight to cover. Adios!